Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back. Tell a friend. Hey everybody, here we are with another video for guys today. And today we're going to be doing episode 6 of Retro NBA 2K23 Playback on the Nintendo Switch. You know, it's the 80's style. But before we go any further, let me just say, if you like this video, any other videos on the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're a really big fan of the content, head over to Mikey J Productions, my main channel, and become a member. We have a great community that we're building, and I would love for you guys to be a part of it. But let's get into NBA 2K23 on the Nintendo Switch Retro 80s Playback, Episode 6, after the intro coming in now.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
America! Demand your
JP!
I want
MJP!
I want my
MJP!
I want my
MJP!
Call your cable company and say I want my
MJP!
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. I guess Shaq's not here today. If your name is Kenny the Jet Smith, raise your hand, please. And I'm Kevin Harlan.
In our first game, we have Bulls going into San Antonio to face off against the Spurs. Big showdown in Texas. Reggie Theus starts the game off strong, taking it to the rack and getting the foul, and he gets the shot in. He'll go to the line for the old school three-point play. Let's see if he can knock down the free throw and complete it. And sure enough, nothing but net for the Bulls point guard. And then Reggie Theus comes back with another drive to the hole. Nice play by the Bulls point guard. And then here comes Jordan. Nice dunk. Two-handed cradle. Let's take a look at that again. Nice big play by Jordan.
boom shakalaka.
And then here comes Jordan once again. Nice two-handed dunk over the Spurs. And then here Reggie Theus takes to the rim, and Artis Gilmore says, "No soup for you. Get that weak stuff out of here, Theus." Not having that in his house whatsoever. And here comes Jordan, a nice two-handed cradle jam. Check it out again. Here Jordan's just gliding all over the team today. And here comes Reggie Theus. Nice strong one-handed jam, taking it to the rim strong there. And then the Bulls end the first quarter. They are up 31-20 over San Antonio, out to a good, strong start. In the start of the second quarter, George Gervin takes to the rack for San Antonio. Nice play by him. And then here comes Jordan once again, taking to the rack with a nice two-handed pump jam. And we go into halftime with the Bulls up 52-35 over the Spurs, looking strong.
Chicago holding the upper hand after the first two quarters. They are way out in front, leading by 17. Kenny, how'd you see it?
What a true demonstration of dominance. They made a commitment to owning the glass, and they made good on it. Blocking out, competing hard in traffic, that's the way you should play on both ends of the court.
Jack, what did you see from San Antonio?
First of all, where's the intensity on D? You think when a team is punking you like this, you at least try to stop. Nope. Just keep giving up open looks, letting the lead get bigger and bigger and bigger.
And start the third quarter. Here comes Jordan with the big one-handed jam. Look at that power move by Air Jordan, taken to the rack strong.
Boom shakalaka.
That's all I got to say about that. And then here comes Jordan once again. Nice drive to the hole in traffic. With a good drive. And here comes Jordan rocking the baby. Two-handed to jam. Let's take a look at that again. Great play by Air Jordan. And then here comes Jordan with the big one-handed jam over three members of the Spurs. Look at this. Just great over Artis Gilmore, raising up on him. And here comes Jordan once again. Another nice jam. Just not stopping Air Jordan. And here The Spurs get another nice block. Get that weak stuff out of here. Spurs trying to have some respect at home for their home crowd, doing their best here. But the Bulls are up 70-59 at the end of 3. But San Antonio is still hanging around. And the assists of the game goes to Reggie Theus, finding Michael Jordan as he takes it strong to the rack. Nice move by Air Jordan. Great dish by Reggie Theus for our State Farm assist of the game for the Bulls point guard. And then here's Michael Jordan starting the fourth quarter with a nice two-handed jam. Continue to take it strong to the hole. And here's Artis Gilmore for the Spurs. Nice drive by the Spurs center. And here comes Reggie Theus. Nice two-handed jam by him, taking it strong to the hole. And here comes Air Jordan once again. Nice big two-handed jam there for him. And our New Balance player of the game is none other than Michael Air Jordan. No surprise there as he continues to tear up the NBA and the entire league. No one can stop him thus far in the season. You can only hope to contain him as he continues to just light it up, averaging over 50 points per game in the season so far. And the Spurs had no answers for him on this night. And here comes Jordan with another nice play. Just taking it to George Gervin, dunking right on the Iceman. And the Bulls go on to win, going away with a nice road victory, 97-81 over San Antonio in San Antonio. And let's take a look at the box score. Louis Dampier led the Spurs in scoring. Larry Keenan didn't do much. Ricky Alvin Robinson had 10 points off the bench. George Gervin really got outclassed by Michael Jordan in this game, and the rest of the Spurs didn't do a whole lot. Michael Jordan went for 53 on this game, 2 rebounds, 1 a steal, and Reggie Theus was also really strong for the Bulls with 23, 2 and 4, 1 steal for him as well as a block. And the Bulls' George Gervin canceled out the Spurs' George Gervin, which is good for old man George. And Harvey Houston was solid off the bench. John Paxson had 4 points off the bench. And Brad Sellers did pull down 10 boards for the Bulls. And the rest of the Bulls didn't really do a whole lot as usual for this team. And then our next game, we had the Cavaliers getting the victory at home over the Timberwolves. Good victory for the Cavaliers, much needed win. And then the Celtics go into Seattle and blow out the Supersonics. Larry Bird leads the way for the Celtics. Big win for them. And the Denver Nuggets get the huge road victory over the New York Knicks, completely dominate New York. David Thompson leads the way for the Nuggets. Philadelphia gets the big home victory over the Milwaukee Bucks. Dr. J is huge in this game with 43 points and 10 assists, leading the way for the 76ers. And the Miami Heat go into Toronto and get the big victory there. Glenn Rice leads the way for the Heat. The Bull Squirts lose to the Washington Bullets in Washington, and Jeff Malone leads the Bullets there. The Utah Jazz go into Portland and get the big victory. Good victory by the Utah Jazz. Daryl Griffith leads the way for them. Big victory for the Jazz in Portland. And the Orlando Magic get the 2-point victory over the Phoenix Suns. Big road victory for the Orlando Magic. The Bull Squirts go into Charlotte and blow out the Hornets. Artis Gilmore leads the way for them. The Philadelphia 76ers lose at home to the Denver Nuggets. Big victory for the Nuggets. And the New Jersey Nets get the blowout victory over the New York Knicks in New Jersey. And then our next game of the day, we got the Portland Trailblazers going against the Bulls in Chicago. This is a huge test for the Chicago Bulls. See how they can perform. And Clyde Drexler starts the game out strong for Portland, getting the nice drive, taking it to the rack. And here comes Jordan with the nice two-handed cradle jam. Once again, take a look at this again. Just a beautiful move by his airness. Great play by Jordan. And then here comes Jordan once again, taking it to the rack. Nice, strong, two-handed jam. And then here comes Jordan once again. Nice clutch two-handed jam there. And then here comes Jordan again, just taking it to Drexler. Not backing down against this challenge against the great Portland Trailblazers team. And the Bulls are actually up 30-20 over Portland. Sidney Wick starts out the game with a nice alley-oop play drive for Portland, and we go into halftime with the Chicago up 52-45. We got a close one going here in Chicago. No surprise.
Chicago holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They have a nice 7-point lead. How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Their efforts in the paint have really paid dividends. It's been a focal point for them, not so much for the other team. That's been the difference in the game.
And Kenny, what did you see from Portland?
The energy on D stood for disappointing. They were slow to rotate. Communication was bad. No effort. I mean, the intensity on that end of the floor, where it needs to be, was just not there.
And then we start the third quarter with Reggie Theus taking it to the hole strong, getting the nice lay-in. Good play by the Bulls point guard. And here comes Jordan taking it to the rack strong with a nice two-handed jam over Drexler. And here comes Jordan once again. Nice big one-handed jam on Sam Bowie. And here comes Jordan rocking the baby to sleep. Let's take a look at this again. Look at this play by his airness. Yeah.
He's on fire!
And then, but Clyde Drexler says, no, Jordan, get that out of here. No weak stuff. You got to come strong here if you want this victory today. Good play by Clyde the Glide. Getting the rejection on Jordan. And we end the third quarter with, we got a tight one here, but the Bulls are up 74-62 over Portland at home. And our State Farm assist of the game goes to big man Bill Cartwright, finding Reggie Theus for the outlet pass. And Reggie takes it strong to the hole. Good dish and good dime by the Bulls center, Bill Cartwright. Good play for the big man here. Nice play. And here comes Reggie Theus early in the fourth quarter. Nice drive to the hole. And we're getting it close. And here, the Portland Trailblazers cut it to 5 with 4 minutes left to play. And then Reggie Theus takes it down to the other end with a nice big one-handed jam. And here is the play that seals the game. Drexler on Jordan, takes the ball to the rim, misses the layup. Jordan gets the rebound, takes it to the other way, takes it all the way down the floor. The nice lay-in, and puts the Bulls back up by 10 with 2 minutes to play. And that pretty much seals it for the Bulls. Good play by Jordan. And Jordan was our New Balance player of the game. No surprise there. And he completely outclassed Clyde the Glide Drexler in this one of a matchup of 2 premier shooting guards in the NBA. Great matchup. Sam Bowie was, of course, drafted ahead of Michael Jordan by Portland. And the Bulls go on to win with a big home victory over this great Portland team. 101-86. Great victory for the Bulls at home. Let's take a look at the box score. Jordan got 56 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. Big game by Jordan against Clyde the Glide Drexler. Reggie Theus was also huge for the Bulls with 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. Great game for him. George Gervin was solid for the Bulls with 8 points. John Paxson came off the bench with 6 big points off the bench. Bill Cartwright, he did get 10 boards, and the rest of the Bulls didn't do a whole lot, which has become par for the course for this team. The rest of the Bulls players just don't really do much. And then for the Trailblazers, Clyde Drexler had a decent game, but he was completely outclassed by Jordan. But he did have some good plays here. Jeff Petrie, he had a decent game as well, but was outperformed by Reggie Theus. And the rest of the Portland Trailblazers team is really where they had the advantage over the Bulls, and they were not able to get enough contributions to cancel out what Jordan and Reggie Theus were able to get done here for the Bulls in this game. And the rest of the league, we have the Spurs getting the home victory over the Orlando Magic. George Gervin leads the way, big game for him. And then we got the Phoenix Suns getting the big home victory over the Utah Jazz. Good victory by the Suns. And then we have the Cleveland Cavaliers losing by 1 to the Memphis Grizzlies. And then we have the Miami Heat getting the big victory in Washington, and then we have the Lakers blowing out the Washington at home. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar leads the way for them. Portland goes into Atlanta and blows out the Atlanta Hawks. Big victory for them. The Memphis Grizzlies get the victory at home. And we have the Bull Squirts lose in San Antonio. No surprise. Lose to San Antonio. We have the Philadelphia 76ers getting the home victory over the New York Knicks. Big victory for them at home. And we have the San Antonio Spurs losing at home to the Golden State Warriors. Big victory on the road for them. We have the Cleveland Cavaliers getting the victory over the Indiana Pacers. And we have the Utah Jazz going into New York and getting the victory there. John Stockton leads the way for them. And we have the Bull Squirts getting the victory in Sacramento over the Kings. And then we have the Golden State Warriors getting the victory over the Washington Bullets. Big victory for the Warriors. And then the Lakers completely destroy the Memphis Grizzlies at home. No surprise there. And then in a close one, Phoenix gets a 1-point victory over the Denver Nuggets. Close one there. Good game. We have the Toronto Raptors getting the 2-point victory over Houston in Houston. Tough loss. We got the Sacramento Kings blowing out the Washington Wizards at home. Good victory for them. Nate Tiny Archibald is huge for them. And we have the Bull Squirts losing to the Los Angeles Clippers in LA. World B. Free leads the way for the Clippers. We have the Houston Rockets getting the blowout victory over the Charlotte Hornets at home. Hakeem Olajuwon leads the way for the Rockets. We have the Utah Jazz getting the victory over the Toronto Raptors in Toronto. We have Atlanta Hawks getting the home victory over the Dallas Mavericks. Big win for the Atlanta Hawks. And we have the New York Knicks going into Boston and beating the Celtics. Upset victory there. Bernard King leads the way for the Knicks. We have the Phoenix Suns getting the victory over the Memphis Grizzlies at home. Tom Chambers leads the way for them. And then we have the Miami Heat going into Sacramento and getting the victory. And then in our final game of the week, we have the Pistons going into New York to face off against the New York Knicks. Michael Ray Richardson leads the game off for the Knicks with a nice drive. And Bill Laimbeer says, "Get that out of here," rejecting Michael Ray Richardson. Good play by the Bulls center. Great defense being played by the Pistons. And Bill Laimbeer leading the way defensively. And we end the first quarter with the Pistons leading 20-6, just putting the hammer down defensively on New York. And Michael Ray Richardson starts out the second quarter with a nice drive to the hole, getting the mobile one drive. And we go into halftime with Detroit up 41-25 over New York in New York.
Detroit finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They're leading by 16. Kenny, give us your take.
They were in such a groove that entire first half, especially on the offensive end. Good play calling, good execution, and by and large, they take great shots.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Well, they're not finding good shots, and that starts with their ball movement. Too much hero basketball. They need to sharpen up the tempo. More motion, quick cuts, get the ball inside. There's no way they're coming back with that type of play.
Then we start the third quarter with Isaiah Thomas taking it strong to the hole with the loop-de-loo light. Great play by the Pistons point guard. And then here comes Mikey J taking it to the hole. Nice two-handed jam by the Pistons wingman. And then here comes Mikey J getting the rejection, and the Pistons are up 65-33 after 3 quarters, dismantling the Knicks in New York. And our State Farm assist of the game goes to Isaiah Thomas. Look at that dime, finding Kelly Tripucka for the wide open layup. Great play by the Pistons point guard. Excellent dime, just great assist all around. And here comes Vinnie Johnson with a nice drive to the hole, coming off the bench for the Pistons, continuing his strong play. DJ Deck also coming in off the Pistons bench. The nice two-handed jam for him. Good play. And we end the game with the Pistons getting the runaway victory. No surprise here in New York. They completely destroyed the Knicks 94-43. Great game by the Pistons. And here's a look at the box scores. Michael Ray Richardson had 15 points, 2 rebounds, no assists. Bernard King had 11 points and 3 rebounds. And the rest of the Knicks just did nothing for them. And that was just not enough. And Mikey J led the Pistons with 31 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Great game for him. Isaiah Thomas was strong with 21, 1 rebound, 4 assists. Kelly Tripucka had a big game with 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Vinnie Johnson continues a strong play off the bench with 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Bill Laimbeer was also solid with 6 points and 12 rebounds for the Pistons as well. And DJ Deck had a solid game off the bench, and the rest of the Pistons chipped in where they may. And then elsewhere in the NBA, we have the Nuggets getting the big victory at home over the Dallas Mavericks. Fat Liver leads the way for the Nuggets in this one. Good victory for them at home over a tough Dallas team. And then we have the Milwaukee Bucks getting the victory at home over the Cleveland Cavaliers. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the big victory at home against the Washington Bullets. We have the San Antonio Spurs blowing out the Boston Celtics at home. Huge victory for the Spurs at home. And we have the Bull Skirts going into Indiana and beating the Pacers. And we have the Los Angeles Lakers completely making the Raptors go extinct at home. And we have the Philadelphia 76ers going into Seattle and getting the huge victory. We have the Los Angeles Clippers getting the victory at home over the Utah Jazz. And we have the Charlotte Hornets getting the home victory against the Indiana Pacers. Let's take a look at the standings. The Pistons lead the Central Division at 10-0. The Bulls are on their heels at 7-2. The Southeast Division, the Miami Heat are leading this one at 7-3. Atlanta's still hanging in there. And then the Atlantic Division, we have the 76ers at 8-3 and the Boston Celtics at 6-5. Out in the Pacific, the Los Angeles Lakers are 9-1. The Los Angeles Clippers are 6-1, and the Suns are still in the hunt. And in the Northwest Division, we have the Denver Nuggets leading this division with 11-3 record, but Portland, Utah, and Seattle are still strong. And the San Antonio Spurs are leading the Southwest Division here. Let's take a look at the NBA Power Rankings. The Pistons are leading the NBA Power Rankings, followed by the Lakers, Sonics, Clippers, and the Bulls are in 5th, and Portland has dropped to 6th. And then here we have our first look at the All-Star, the guys that are leading the All-Star competition. And most of these are no surprise, but for some reason, Mikey J is not on the Eastern Conference front court list, which is shocking. Yes, there's some big names there, but the season that Mikey J's putting up, he deserves to be on the All-Star team. I don't know what's going on here. Of course, Michael Jordan is there for the Bulls. No surprise whatsoever with the season he's having. And let's look at the players of the week. And Michael Jordan's picked up the most Eastern Conference players of the week so far. No real surprise there, and he's also gotten Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month. Let's look at the league leaders. Jordan's averaging 51.3. Dominique Wilkins, Nate Archibald, Bob McAdoo, Dr. J, Mikey J down in 6th, Jeff Malone, Nate Thurmond, Bernard King, and Otis Birdsong, the rest of the top 10 in scoring. And here's the top 10 in rebounds. We have Nate Thurman, Spencer Haywood, Bob McAdoo, Moses Malone, Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, Buck Williams, Kevin McHale, Artis Gilmore, and Christian Laettner, the top 10 in rebounds. And assists, we have Magic Johnson, John Stockton, Nate Tiny Archibald, Fat Lever, Doc Rivers, Derek Harper, Sleepy Floyd, Norm Nixon, and Dennis Johnson, and Maurice Cheeks in assists. And then in steals, we have Maurice Cheeks, Calvin Murphy, Austin Carr, Fred Brown, Julius Erving, Michael Ray Richardson, Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan, Eddie Jones, and Otis Birdsong leading in steals. And then let's take a look at blocks. We have Artis Gilmore, Hakeem Olajuwon, Mark Eaton, Christian Laettner, Nate Thurmond, Robert Parrish, Michael Ray Richardson, Bob Love, and Ralph Sampson. And here's next week's matchup. We have the Houston Rockets going into Chicago to face the Bulls. Can they get the victory in Chicago? Well, that is it, everyone. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. We got everything. You want some Mikey J stuff? We got the Mikey J Productions for you. So take a chance and stop by. We'll take care of you.